Everyone. Melton on Masechet Chagiga. Daf Vova Medalev. We can start Hayom at base, the last shore. The words of the Mishnah. The words of the Mishnah. Ezu cotton. Kol she'eino yochoi lirkoi val ktefei shel aviv. Basically, the Gemara brings the words of the Mishnah of Beis Shammai. We learned in the Mishnah what type of cotton is potter from chinuch. The mitzvahs re'iyah. Kol she'eino yochoi lirkoi val ktefei shel aviv. Ela lo is miYerushalayim le'Har HaBayis. That is according to Beis Shammai. According to Beis Hillel, is Kol she'eino yochoi lechois biyodoi shel aviv. Ela lo is miYerushalayim le'Har HaBayis. That is the way to look at it. Now, the sugi over here, there's two malachim to learn the sugi. There's the malach, what Rashi is not so clear, the malach of Rashi. There's the malach of Toises. So we're going to try to learn the sugi first, maybe when we're learning it inside, to learn it with the malach of Toises, and then we're going to see the malach, the way Rashi learns the sugi over here. So let's learn the Gemara. We saw Machloikes Beis Shammai Beis Hillel legabe, as we said, legabe the din of cotton. What age is a cotton we're talking about? Says the Gemara. Yeah. Kol she'eino yochoi la'alois. Ezer Kol she'eino yochoi lirkov al ktefei shel aviv. Maskif lo Rav Zeira. Rav Zeira fragt a shaila. Daf Vova Medalev. Ad oche man aise. Omar le Abaye ad oche de mechayve imei besimche aise imei. Mikan ve'elach im yochoi la'alois le'ochoi biyodoi shel aviv Yerushalayim le'Har HaBayis chayav ve'iloi poto. What's a pshat? So, if you look at Rashi, Rashi says, Rashi in Daf Vova Medalev, ad hoche man aise. Till here, wird gebrengt. Now, what's a pshat? What's a pshat? So, in Rashi over here, if you look at the Agos HaBach and Ois Daled, the Bach over here says, aise dechdei aliyah miYerushalayim miyevenu v'aloi mishehu yochoil lechois biyad ovim. Salkadaito v'achar kach dibu hamaschil demechayve. So basically, what Rashi says is, Ad ochem man aise, Ad Yerushalayim mi'iviyoi ve'aloi, mishu yochoi lioi schutz imoi, yochoi lechois biyad oviv. Dechdei aliyah miYerushalayim le'Har HaBayis, ha'to'im lo shechanchu, ve'ad Yerushalayim mi'iviyu. Mechayv v'simcha, la lo yisregel lismoyach b'chagim ba'alo, da'la simcha v'nitztav v'noshim nechsiv v'samachto ata u'beisecho. So Imele, also now he said, also the mother bought him. Okay, that was, as Rashi says. Let's see how we learn the Gemara over here, lefi the malach of Toises. So, Toises says over here that let's start the Gemara again. Maski flo Rav Zeira. What we learned in the Mishnah, that the cotton is chayev bechinuch, and when it's chayev bechinuch, kol sheyochoi la'alois miYerushalayim le'Har HaBayis with his father. So mashma, and also a cotton that could not go up from his house to Yerushalayim, right? And that's the shaila Rav Zeira. We learned in the Mishnah that when a cotton is chayev, kol sheyochoi la'alois miYerushalayim le'Har HaBayis. So we look at from Yerushalayim to Har HaBayis. What about a cotton that could not go up from his house to Yerushalayim, but he could go up from Yerushalayim to Har HaBayis? He will be chayev. And that's why the Gemara is asking, ad hoche to Yerushalayim man aise, who bought them? That means, because there's no chiyuv re'iyeh, only someone who could go up from his house to Yerushalayim. So it's not enough that he could go up the raglo from Yerushalayim to Har HaBayis. And why should this cotton need chinuch? Even that he would be a godler, as we said, the cheshbon is chinuch is only when he will be a godler. He will be chayiv in this situation. He will be chayiv or not. Now, if he will be a godler, and he cannot go up mi beis on Yerushalayim, he will be chayav? No, he will be potter. So that's a shaila. Ad hoche man aise, who bought them, gebrengt. And that's what the Gemara answers. Omar le'abaye ad hoche to Yerushalayim imei demechayve besimche aise. The cotton comes with his mother, as we saw now in Rashi. Why? Because the mother is chayav v'samachto ata v'secho. Mikan v'eilach. from Yerushalayim to Arabayis, that the mother is not chayav to come with. So im yochel ilalo yiselechos beyodi shaloviv Yerushalayim to Arabayis chayav ve'iloi potur. And that's so that is the sugya the way Tosfos learns it. Chazon Ish says at Pashtus we could explain the Gemara as because he's not in Yerushalayim, so you don't have to be mechanech and bechinuch. Why? Because to bring him to Yerushalayim is not mitzvah the chinuch, because it's not the ikar mitzvah. What is it? We said it's a hechsher mitzvah. Maybe we spoke about it at the beginning of the Masechet. Is it coming to Yerushalayim is a hechsher mitzvah? It's a part of the chiyuv mitzvah. Also, the shaila is because he needs is a cotton at tzorich leimay, so you don't have to be mechanech bechinuch because cotton at tzorich leimay is part of the chinuch. This is what he brings in Tosfos. The Chazon Ish brings in Tosfos and the base of the base that they prove from our sugya that kol she'ino yochel la'alois from where mi beisoy, it's also bichlal what the Misha means eino yochel la'alois and is potum min hareyah. As I sagt the Chazon Ish. Okay. Zog die Gemara weiter. Heishiv, the Gemara fragt, Heishiv Rebbe tachas Beis Hillel. Heishiv means a shaila. He asked Rebbe instead of Beis Hillel, let Divrei Beis Shammai. That means let's go over the machlokes again. Beis Shammai say that cotton she'eino yochel la'ale b'raglo is chayav b'chinuch. Why? If he could be roichev al ktefei shel aviv, and Beis Hillel say no, only if he could walk b'raglo. So Rebbe asking on Divrei Beis Shammai lefi Beis Hillel. He's saying that's we know the story of Chana, right? The Haftarah of the first day of Rosh Hashanah. We read over there the Haftarah the story of Chana. Chana, the mother of Shmuel, stated over there she didn't have children. She comes with children, and then after a while she has a child, and Vaya lo ish el kono v'chol beisoy lizboyach laHashem zevach hayomim. Right? The zevach hayomim. Rashi says that's the zevach hamoyados. And it's Nedorim. She told the husband, Adi Gomel now. Let's wait till Shmuel is going to be Gomel. What means he Gomel? 24 months. And then, right? And then she Hashem, right? She done the nether, and the Hashem, so she wants to fulfill the nether. If Chano says, I do not want to bring Shmuel to be Oile Regel. Why? Because he's less than 24 months. Shmuel, from Shiloh to the Mishkan, yeah, that's what Rashi says, because there was no Beis Hamikdash at the time, but there was Mishkan Shiloh. So have it. And Lechoire, they do not have to go up Liela Regel to Mishkan Shiloh. So it's Muchach over here that anyone called She'eno Yochel Alech Beraglov, you know mechanechem, and this is mamish like Beis Hillel, not like Beis Shammai. So it's a shaila on Beis Shammai. So it's a shaila on Beis Shammai. Let's see Rashi. Zok Rashi. Adi Gomel lesoichov dalil chodesh shekeitino ikiyoinek umishono rishoino yochol lirkov akteifo shalav kedei la'alos Yerushalayim na'arabayis. Because she came Mishiloi, let Mishkan, they could go up. So Rashi says over here. Look what Rashi says. Rashi says lechol shekein Mishiloi leMishkan. So what's the mashma? That's enough for him to be oile from Shiloh to the Mishkan, and even though he could not be roichev al ktefo shelavi from his house that he lived in, we know he lived in Har Ephraim to Shiloh. And that's the chinuch for cotton is from Mishkan Shiloh. Let's see the Gemara weiter. There's a lot of nice shilas if it was a chiyuv alila regel in Shiloh. Lechoyer as a guy from here there is. Okay, we can see it. Says the Gemara. Omar le'avu. That means the father of Rebbe tells Rebbe, who is the father of Rebbe? Rab Shimon Gamliel. So Rab Shimon Gamliel tells Rebbe, that's the gears over here, there's a few gears. Okay. Well, Tamich, Tik Shelo, Chana Gofo, Milo Michai Besimcha. Chana itself, she was Chai Besimcha. We said before, Mesamach to Ato Beisecho, woman is also Chai Besimcha. Elo, Chana must be that what? She mefankusi Yisei Chazir Yishmol. She saw that he's very spoiled in a certain thing. And she was scared that if he can't travel, he's not able to travel. And that's the reason that she couldn't bring him up to Yerushalayim or to Shiloh, and she stayed with him in Har Ephraim. There is a nice shaila, what I saw once, in the Binyan Shloimeh. The Binyan Shloimeh HaKohen from Vilna, the Cheshek Shloimeh, and Chuvas, and Chelek Aleph Simen Yud, fragt the Moedeke shaila. He said as what we bring a raya from Shmuel? Fragt us doch a mefurische Mishnah. The last Mishnah, Masechet Nazir, the Gemara says over there that Nazir hoyo Shmuel kedivrei Rab Nohirai. Right? It says over there by Shmuel umoyro lo yale al roishoy. It says by Shimshon umoyro lo yale. So mala alon by Shimshon, you know he's a Nazir. Afkan Nazir. We say that Shmuel was a Nazir. Now they pass in the Rambam. The Rambam, Gimel, in the Chazirus, Alochet Zayin. Yeah, we saw it different year. We saw inside Shmuel, Aramosi, Nazir, Oilo Moyo, Lefikoch. Oi me'areini Shmuel, keben Chano, keben Elkono, kemishes Shisef is Agog Bagilgol. Like that was one of the things that Shmuel done. Ukayoytze Beilu. Harei ze Nazir Oilom. Yeah, that's the Lashon Rambam. Now, Oy Bazoi. Shmuel was always reported min harei, even if he was a godel. What the Gemara wants to be a raya that the cotton is not chayav like Bishamai, because Shmuel was not oile. Shmuel was potter anyway. Why? If Shmuel is a nazir, as Rabbi Noiraya says, so he was a prua hoish, so he can't be megaleach himself, and so he can't go into the azorah. And once you potter rei and azorah, you potter legamra from rei, right? We learned 2 days ago. We learned about Tomei. Or Tommy, we said, Orel, the Gemara says he's potter min harei. Why? Because kol she'enu bosa shama, kol she'enu biyeh, ma'avoeh. So frag the Cheshek Shloim, Amar Dik Shaila. If Shmuel was a Nazir is doch parua roish. You can't go into the Azorah. Once you're not going in the Azorah, you potter legamre from the chiyuv of adil regel. What are you going to say? Ose asay v'doch elois asay. The asay of rei is going to be the lois asay of tiglachas of a Nazir. It's not true. Why? First of all, he says it's lav be'idne. Second of all, he says that the glachas of Nazir is asay and a lois asay. Right? Kodesh gadel pera. Right? So it's also asay. Chutz and the lois asay. So he says
because he's a koton, because he is a koton. So
no koton. He's potter legamre. He's potter legamre. Also, when he was a godless, so for sure he doesn't need to be mechanech. As we said a few times, when you have to be mechanech a cotton. When you have to be mechanech a cotton, when he will be a godly, will be chayav. But if a cotton that's a chagiga, you have to be mechanech him. So we can see bald the Gemara. But Pashtus, a cotton that is going to be a godly, is also going to be potter. It's not easy to be mechanech him. So what's the right Gemara? So the Cheshek Shloime wants to bring a beautiful pshat. He says Rabbi Noiraya is the shitosei. Rabbi Noiraya, there's a very interesting shitas of Noiraya. Punk learned it yesterday. In the Gemara in the beginning of Nazir. The Gemara in the beginning of Nazir, in Daf Hey, the Gemara says over there that Nazir Oilom does shave sometimes. He does shave. When the Machloik is 3 different shitas. In the Gemara, one of the shitas over there in the Gemara is Rab Noiraya. And Rab Noiraya says over there, what is koived? That means when his hair is heavy on him, that you are matir him to shave. Says Rab Noiraya, what is koived? Achas l'shloishim yoyim. How does that come his name? That means that you can shave once every 30 days. So Ibazoi, Rab Noiraya, very good. What's the Mishnah over there? If you're medagdek, says the Cheshek Shloime, if you're medayek, the Binyan Shloime, Cheshek Shloime, is medayek. If you look at the Mishnah at the end of Nazir, the Mishnah says Azoi, Nazir hoyo Shmuel kedivrei Rab Noiraya. He says, why kedivrei Rab Noiraya? What's the lotion kedivrei Rab Noiraya? Say, divrei Rab Noiraya. Says, no, this is Davke le divrei Rab Noiraya. And Rab Noiraya, that the Nazir Oilom can shave every 30 days. And Davka Zoike says, Shmuel was a Nazir and he didn't have a problem going into the Beis HaMikdash. Okay, very nice thing. Now, there is a big discussion in the Achronim if there was in. I just gonna give a maramoko because it's a mamish naya suge. If there was a chiyuv of a mishkan shiloi of mitzvahs reiyah. If there was a mitzvahs reiyah, so it depends on the Radak of then the beginning of Shmuel Aleph, Kapitel Aleph, depends on the Radak. But if you want to look into it, also the Ponim Yofos in the end of Parshas Pinchas, he speaks about this. If there was a chiyuv aliyah regel in Noive Givoin, in Shiloh, or the chiyuv aliyah regel is only when we have a Beis HaMikdash mamish. From unsere Suge is Raya that Aliyah Regel is also not Davke in the Beis HaMikdash, also in Mishkan Shiloh. Okay. Says the Gemara. Let's see the Anaya Sugya. Boy Rab Shimon Melokish. Cotton. Now we're talking about a cotton, a very young age, and this age he can't hold on to his father's hand and go up. Now this cotton chutzim this cotton be'emes is a cotton that is in the age that eino yochoi lecho is beyond the shalom v'lalos. Yeah, that's his age. But this cotton was also chiger, and he's eino yochoi lalos beraglo because he's a chiger. He has no feet. He could be roichev al kteiv shelavi. Yeah, so this chiger could be roichev al kteiv shelavi because his father could give him an axle. So the div will be shaman. What's going to be the div? Obviously, is mechuyev to mechanechem b'mitzvos or not? Yeah, this is what mamish we said over here. Vesume le divrei shneim mau. That means the same thing. A cotton. It's no malach beraglov yet. Just what he could oiches v'yodei shelaviv. Yeah, is lefi b'silel, and he's blind. So he has to hold on to his father's hand because he's blind. He can't see, and that's the reason he has to hold on to his father's hand. What's going to be the din? Le divrei shneim. Style lefi b'shamai. Style lefi b'silel. What's going to be the din? Does it need chinuch or not? Says the Gemara. What's the stuff? Ein gedame. What case is a shlokis mistapek? If we talk about the chiger, that there's no chance that he's getting better. No chance in the world. So be'emes, he's never going to be mischayev re'iyeh. Ve'sume she'ino yochel ispateach. And in the suffix suma is talking about the way that what? That the suma cannot be mispateach, this suma itself. So if this suma cannot be mispateach, that means he can't have, the suma itself cannot become better. So what's going to be? If you need to be mechanechem now, when he's going to be better or not. Zog the Gemara, hashte godel potter cotton mi boya. So we have to say that the cotton, if godel as our matzav is potter, so cotton for sure is going to be potter. Because the whole Indian of chinuch, as we said, is to be mechanechem when he's going to do the mitzvah when he's bigger, and because when he's going to do the mitzvah when he's bigger, he's going to be chayav. But it's no easy to be mechanech someone when he's a cotton, he's going to be potter. So for sure, now he's going to be potter. I'll say Dr. Rashi. Let's see the Rashi inside. Then we can see because says Rashi. Cotton chiger ledivrei vishamay vesume ledivrei shneim. Dr. Rashi. Deilu chiger ledivrei beisilel lo mi vayalon. Do lo mechanchin lei. Do amrin en ein mechanchin ele lekotton sheyochol lechoy zel alis mit deraglo b'Yerushalayim. V'zeh ein yochol. Why? Because he's still very young. Let's say he's 1 year old. Let's say. Avol levishamay de mechayiv lechanchoy misheyochol lirkoy. Cotton chiger yochol lirkoy v'aktefo shelaviv. Ve'asume yochol lechoy beisilel. Ma'u so chinuch oiloi. She'eno yochel ispashet. She'en soifel ispashet oilomis. Rashi says over here, oilomis is never going to be better. Kot mi boya lo ein chinuch kot nelo kadei להנהיגו שיסורך אחר מנהוגוי לכשיגדיל. וכיוון שזה פוטו לכשיגדיל, לא מולי חינוך. So what Rashi says over here? Let's explain a little bit Rashi because this is a lot of meforshim find it very difficult this sugya. What's the suffix over here? There is a very famous Chazonish, what explains Mamish Milo Bemilo, the whole sugya. Chazonish is in Simen Kuf Choftes and Ois Gimel. But let's add a little bit on the words of Rashi. A cotton that has up to chutz in the ptur of katness. Yeah, we have a cotton mechlal is potu. Just what? The father's mechuyim, mitzvah of chinuch. But let's talk about the cotton that has a ptur, chutz in the ptur of katness. So Lemaisa, he has two chesroinus now. What's the two chesroinus? One is now he's not a bar chiyuva. He's a cotton. He's not a bar chiyuva. So even without the ptur of a cotton, he's not a bar chiyuva. Second of all, the second chison what he has is also ksheyagdil. Also, he's going to get older. He's not going to be a bar chiyuva. So why should we mechanech him? If he's anyway eventually not going to be mischayv in this mitzvah, why should we mechanech him? And that's what we say. Even though there is so that's sad to be done this cotton that he's now today is a bar chiyuva, but he doesn't have the first chison because let's say we look at the cotton, we don't look at the cotton. We look in him as Ereishan Agodl. Right? He looks in him, you don't see a cotton over here. Right? They say that the Ponav Yisharov, he built over there for the Yisraelim after the war. He built the Bnei Brak, he called it Bet Avot. Right? He built over there the opposite Ponovich. He built over there. It's called Bet Avot. For the Yesomim that came from the war, he built them over there. All institution and why Bet Avot? It was for children. Bet Avot is old age. Because he saw the old men. He saw the old people. He didn't see over there the young children. So how we look at it as a child? When we look at the child, we said he has two chestonos. First of all, now he's not a Bar Chiyuva. Second of all, also when he's going to get older, he's not a Bar Chiyuva because he's anyway going to be a Chiga when he's older. So he's anyway not going to be Tzchaim in this mitzvah. So let's say, even though you could pater a cotton, because let's say, you know what? You look at him, Keilu today is a Bar Chiyuva. So he doesn't have the first chiston. Why? Because the Gabi cotton, even the Rechive, or whoever it is, it's considered when he's going to get older, for sure it's not going to help him. Rechive or Achize, all of these things what the father has to do for him is only when he's a cotton, not when he's a cotton. So we don't have to bring him to Arabais. That's the suffix. So let's go back to the Gemara.
Chinuch is on the father, not on the son. What do I care about the son? The chinuch is on the father, and the chinuch means I should teach him what will be when he's grown up. So that's really the only factor we have to look at. Don't have to look at anything else. And when he grows up, he's not capable of that. So he's no din chinuch beikore.
So Rabbi Tzok sagt eine interessante Svore. And the MSF, if we look at this Svore, we see in the Mishnah over here that the Ptur is not the Ptur from Mitzvah Sariya is not the reason because he's a cotton, because he's not a Bardas. He has a different Ptur. Eino yochoy la'alos. And that's the reason I don't have to mechanech him. Even if you're gonna, let's say you're gonna move this tool when he's gonna get older. He's eino yochoy la'alos. So now the chiyuv is legabi the cotton. You say darkoy bekach that, yeah, a regular cotton. Darkoy bekach. Okay. Yeah. It's we could also say that.
Also by Shmuel was cholosh, so the father didn't have a chiyuv of mechanechim. It's like somebody is choyle, so he doesn't mechanech choyle is potum. It's all to do with the father. The father doesn't have to push a child who is cholosh to Shlep to Yerushalayim.
The chiyuv. So let's learn because you're going to be with Daik in the next Rashi. You're going to be Daik a little bit of what you say. Okay, let's see the Gemara. So the Gemara, loy tzrichen. And this thing, the whole suffix is only bechigel sheichel ispashet. That means he could cure himself. There is a big chance that he will, maybe when he's going to get older, he's going to get better. This sume sheichel ispateyach. And this sume also, because there is a chance that you're going to see one day. So the din is, what's the din of this person? What's the din? So if you look at Rashi says over here, right, it says Rashi, שיכול להספתח, קודם שיגדיל. What's the pshat קודם שיגדיל? If we misyaches that this קודם שיגדיל is going to help us a little bit what the Mitzvah asked. So Rashi says שיכול להספתח, קודם שיגדיל. And the Turiel and Frekt over here steer on Rashi. Because Rashi before and explained, right? אילי בחיגה שאין יכול להספשת, שאין סויפוי להספשת אוילומיס. So mashma, someone that is in the future could be in a chiyuv. So you have to mechayiv and mechinuch. And over here Rashi says that no, that the suffix is only when, right, over here is mashma, there's no suffix in the Gemara, only someone who could come to chiyuv koidim sheyagdil. So you don't have to say oilomis, as if I did to heaven. Tosis explains that the suffix is someone who could be mischayev koidim sheyagdil. That's the suffix. So we're gonna see Tosis. Let's see the Gemara. Zog the Gemara. Omar Abaye. Anywhere that a godly is chayav and as a matzah midoi raise like a chiger and a sume kotname potu midera kol echad the god michayav midoi raise kotname chanchin lemidera bono kol echad the god potu midoi raise. For example, a chiger or sume that is potu midoi raise kotname potu midera bono. The cotton is also going to be potu midera bono. The Toises, let's go back into the Toises very, very quickly. But Toises over here, Dima Masay Bechiger, so he said the Indian Chinuch by a cotton is Shaykh to the Yesod Chiyu by a Godel. That by what's the pshat? The time that a Godel will not metaken Chinuch, let's say in Havelus, there's no Chinuch. Why? Because no, they say that the Meiser, I think they say the Briskerov, some say I saw the Meiser once the Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky, there was a sif in his house, and one of his children was jumping on the table, and the Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky was sitting there, the Briskerov, and the father of I think they told him, the child, he shouldn't jump. He said, when he will be a godly, he will do this, he will jump on the table. No, so I don't have to mechanech him. This thing that he's going to grow up is going to go by itself. So anything is the licht in the cotton, licht azach, that only when he's a godly is going to do it, then he will have to be mechanech. Okay, laten we zijn de Gemara weiter. Zijn de Gemara. We learned in the Mishnah, Bishama Yoimrim, or Re'iyeh, Shtei Kesef. And the Chagiga is more Kesef. And we still say that the Re'iyeh is more Kesef, the Chagiga is Shtei Kesef. Right? That's what we learned in the Mishnah. Says the Gemara, Tanu Rabbanon. Bishama Yoimrim, or Re'iyeh, Shtei Kesef. The Chagiga more Kesef. Why? Because the Svara is, what's the Re'iyeh? Re'iyeh is Oilas Re'iyeh. What's Oilas Re'iyeh? Oila is a burn offering. The ganze Zach geht al Gabe Mizbeach. You don't eat anything. The whole thing goes Oile al Mizbeach. But the Oilas Re'iyeh is much more chashuv than Shalmei Chagiga, because Shalmei Chagiga is Shlomim. Shlomim, a person eats, the Basar eats, he gives a chelik to the Koyanim, he eats a chelik of it. The Shalmei Chagiga is Shlomim. Shlomim is the Bailim eat. So that's why we say that Re'iyeh, because it's Kule Legavoya, give it more of a chashivas, Shtei Kesef. The Chagiga, that this is, that a Bailim, give it less of a chashivas. And that's what we shall say, Re'iyeh Oilo Kulo Legavoya. Another reason why oil is more choshen than shlomim. We find in Shavuos that the Torah was merabe oil is more than shlomim. Why? Because the oil that they bring, how much they bring oil? Shivas kvasim tamimim. Upar ben bokor echad veinim shnoim. Right? All of them are korban oil. What we bring over there in Yom Tov. Shivas kvasim tamimim. Par ben bokor echad eilim shnaim. What do we bring for Shlomim? You bring only Shnei Kvasim. Shnei Kvasim Bnei Shana, Lezevach HaShlomim. So you see that Legabe Atzeres, Legabe Shavuos, you bring much more oilers than Shlomim. Araya, that oiler is more important than Shlomim. Maybe when you spend money, the minimum to spend for oiler, and means Re'iyeh is oiler, should be Shtei Kesef, but the Chagiga, that is Shlomim, is enough for one more Kesef. Azoy al Bishamai. So the more Beisil Elohimrim. Or Re'iyeh, more Kesef. The Chagiga, Shtei Kesef. Why? Because the Svara is that the Shalmi Chagiga is choshuv than Oilas Re'iyeh. Why? Says the Gemara, says Beisila. Shechagiga yeshno lifnei adibur, ma she'en ken bere'iyeh. What's the pshat? Lifnei adibur means before Matan Torah. State over there, we just read it 2-3 weeks ago, B'asam Mishpatim, Va'ishlach Snarei Bnei Yisrael. Who's the Nari Bnei Yisrael? As Rashi says, these are the B'choros. Now this pasuk is talking about before Matan Torah, and we learn out that this was Miskayim, the pasuk where Yechoiguli Bamidbar, Moshe tells Paro Mitzrayim. So what do we see? That the Chagiga was before Koidem Hadibur, right? Because we learn out from Yechoiguli Bamidbar was a Lashon Chagiga. So we see that the Kom Chagiga was already before the Dibur. That means before Maimad Har Sinai, and Masechet Kom Re'iyeh, that there was no before Dibur. That means this was only the Gabe only after the Aseret Adibus. Ve'oid, another reason says Beisila that Shlomim are more important than Oilo. Where do we find Motzinu Benesim? Sheribo Benakosu B'Shlomim Yoisem B'Oilos. We find when they were making the Mishkan, they were making the Korban Chanukah Samizbeach. The state over there, Kol Abokor LeOilo, Shnei Mosor Porim, Eilim Shnei Mosor, Kvosim Bnei Shana Shnei Mosor, B'Chol Zevach HaShlomim 24 Porim, Eilim. Shishim, Atudim, Shishim, Kvosim Bnei Shana, Shishim. So you see, there was much more, but then Legabe the Sukim, Legabe the Chanukah Samizbeach, there was more Shlomim than Oilos. The Meilet says Beisilel, Shlomim are more choshuv. You spend Shnei Kesef on minimum of Shnei Kesef on the Chagiga. That's a Shlomim. Masha'inken what we spend on the Oilo, that's less. Says the Gemara, Hu Beisilel, my time Eloyam Kebishamai. The we just proved over here Beishamai. From that the number of oilos from Shlomim in Shavuos, that the oilo is more important than Shlomim. So if the oilo is more important than Shlomim, we should say the same thing. Says the Gemara, because we still say Meko Amres Re'iyeh Adife, the oilo kula legovoya. Adrave Chagiga Adife, the is b'shtei achilos. What do we have over there in Chagiga? We have Achilas Govoya. Achilas Govoya is called what the Aktoras Eimurim on the Mizbeach. And also you have Achilas Bailim. Because the oil, the whole thing is a burn thing, and the burn offering, the whole thing goes on Kabba Mizbeach. Nothing gets eaten by the Bailim. So it has only Achilas Govoya. It doesn't have Achilas Mizbeach. It has only Achilas Govoya. It has no Achilas Mizbeach. Mashenken, the Shlomim have both. It has also Achilas Govoya. Like the Aktoras Eimurim on Kabba Mizbeach. It has also Achilas Bailim. Says the Gemara with the Koamres. Neilach me'atzeres. He says, basically, you told me atzeres, that over there we see that oil is more than Shlomim. I can answer you. Donin Korban Yochid, Mikorban Yochid. Donin Korban Yochid, Mikorban Tzibur. I'm going to be done Korban Yochid. Oil Asriye, and Shalmi Chagiga is a Korban Yochid. Right? So I learning it also for Korban Yochid. Which Korban Yochid? Of the Nesim. The Nesim was also Korban Yochid. Donin Korban Yochid of oil Asriye, and Shalmi Chagiga, that they are Korban Yochid, Mikorban Tzibur, because the atzeres, what you told me from the atzeres, is a Korban Tzibur. Sag die Gemara weiter. Bei Shammai. My time in Amos Kabistilel. What's the reason Bei Shammai didn't want to say like Bistilel? Choy Bistilel proved it that the Shlomim were more important than oil from the seam, from Achit. Says the Gemara. Deko Amos Chagiga Adife. Says Bei Shammai to Bistilel. And what you say that Chagiga is better, and why? The Yeshlo Lifnei Adibu. I'm going to answer you. Reyanami Yeshlo Lifnei Adibu. That means the psukim over there. Va'ishlach esnare beYisrael. Vayalu oilois. Va'izbechu. So what says over there in the pasuk? Bei Shammai say that these oilers, what we're talking about in the pasuk, what's the oilers? What we're talking about? The oilers is a kom re'iyeh. And where do we know that it's a kom re'iyeh? Because let's look at the end of the pasuk. What's it in the end of the pasuk? Vayechezu eser Elokim. What is vayechezu? Re'iyeh. So Bei Shammai say, you tell me this is lifnei adibur, this is not lifnei? No, Kom Re'iyeh was also lifnei adibur. That's first of all. As I tell you, Bei Shammai. Second of all, what you tell they had a different time to be Silel. Because the seam, the Koamres, Neilach min the seam, that Shlomi was more choshuv, I'm going to tell you. Doni davar anoeg letoirois, mi davar anoeg letoirois, vein doni davar anoeg letoirois, mi davar she'en anoeg letoirois. That means I'm done, dafke davar anoeg letoirois. For example, oilas re'iyeh, shalmi chagiga. For example, korbanos atzeres, korbanos shuas, aber vein doni davar anoeg letoirois, mi davar she'en anoeg letoirois. For example, korbanos nesim, not anoeg letoirois. Continue the Gemara to explain what's the reason of Bei Shammai Silel. Look the Gemara. Ubei Silel, ma'ishno chagiga. The Yeshlo Lifnei Adibur. And why? We said Lefi Bei Silel, Chagiga is better than oilos because Chagiga you had the Yechoiguli Bamidbar. We said that is the Chagiga, and Chagiga was before Matan Torah. Mashenken the Korbanos before Matan Torah. Mashenken the Korbanos oilo was only le'acha Matan Torah, right? Yes, the came in the Chsiva. He's bechuzor Shlomim. Re'enam if I think more steht doch mefurish. So you're telling me the reason why Chagiga is more important than oilos, than oilas re'iyeh, because the Chagiga was before Matan Torah. Mashenken Kom Re'iyeh was not. Kom Re'iyeh was also before Matan Torah. It said Vayalu oilos, and for the Gemara no. Because Sava Bei Silel, this Vayalu oilos, the state dort in the pasuk, is not oilos of oilas re'iyeh. Oilos sheikrivu Yisrael b'midbar, oilas tomid haver. This was a korban tomid and not oilas re'iyeh. Ubei Shammai Savra, no. Oilo sheikrivu Yisrael b'midbar, oilas re'iyeh. Mimele was oilas re'iyeh, so oilo was also lifnei adibur. We can't bring a raya. It's basically a big raya. Omar Abaye, Bei Shammai, veRabbi Shemuel, veRab Lozor, kulu svir lehu, oilo sheikrivu Yisrael b'midbar, oilas re'iyeh. They will say that it was oilas re'iyeh. Ubei Silel veRab Akiva veRab Yosi Aglidi, kulu svir lehu, oilo sheikrivu Yisrael b'midbar, oilas tomid have. So Bei Silel and Rab Akiva, Rab Yosi Aglidi is mitzad echot, oilo sheikrivu b'midbar, oilas tomid have. This is mamish azoivi Bei Silel, and Rabbi Shmuel and Rabbi Lezer. They all say that oilo sheikrivu was oilas re'iyeh, and they are like Bei Shammai. And now Abaye proves, Abaye brings this Machloik Bei Shammai Silel be'etzem Machloik is ready for many Doros of Tanoim have this Machloik, many Tanoim, and Abaye proves it. Where do we find that if this oilo, what we learned at Pasuk Mishpatim, Vayalu oilos, that this was before Matan Torah? What type of oilos we talking about? Which type of kom oilo? Oilas tomid, the kom tomid that we just learned now in Pasuk Tetzaveh, Shnaim layoim tomid, right? Oilo tomid. That's the Tomish Shachar, Tomish Ben Arbaim, that's Oiles, or we talking about Oiles Riyah? Says the Gemara. So let's start with Abaya. Let's start with Beis Shammai. What Abaya says Beis Shammai. Beis Shammai, hold on, what we learned over here, that they say that Oiles Riyah was Oiles Riyah. Rabbi Shmuel. Where do we find Rabbi Shmuel? Rabbi Shmuel also is the second Tana, what we said, Lefi Beis Shammai, that orders Rabbi Shammai. The Tanya, Rabbi Shmuel Oimer, Klolois Nemu Besinai. That means, what that means, this is a very, very important din. There is some dinim what was told to Moshe Besinai, very general. That means Bo'ofen Kloli, without going into details with all of the dinim in it. Without going into detail. Very, very general, right? So, without going into, for example, what was told to Moshe in Har Sinai was told to Moshe, Mizbeach Avonim Ta'aseli, Vezovachto Olo Vesoiloisecho Veshlomecho. So we learn over here, Korbanos Oilo and Shlomim, right? But very general. But this parsha with the purity, the details, for example, how to do the Matan Dam, how to do the Hefshed, the Nituach of Doilos, the Matan Dam of Akrova Seimurim of Shlomim. That means this you do an Arba Matonois, and this you do Maton Steinshein Harba, and this you do Zrikel Malo, Zrikel Mato. There's all kinds of details as we can see Mat Hashem when we learn Kochim, you see very, very, very many details, and the difference is how do you do the Akrova of Oilos and Shlomim. This was not given in Har Sinai, this was given Protois Be'oyel Moyed. The Protois, this was given where? And Oyel Moed, yeah, Daf Vavamot base. So the Tanya, Rabbi Shmuel Omer Klolis Namu Besinai, the Vavamot base, and what was given not Besinai, that was the Uprotois. That means the details of all of the Dini, Boyel Moed. That means once was Hukam Mishkan, HaKadosh Baruch Hu spoke to Moshe Rabbeinu Malach HaPoires. He gave him all of the Dinim, and that what we start. Chumash Vayikro El Moshe Vayidaber Elov Me'oyel Moyel Leimoy. But in Har Sinai was never given all of these details. Was never given all of these details. What was given only Mizbach Adom Ta'aseli Vezavachto Olo Vesoilosecho Veshlomecho. Yeah. Sorry, pardon, I couldn't hear you. Yeah. Okay.
Rashi says everything given Sinai. Rashi says in Bahar, it's Shmita to Har Sinai. Rashi co preter the care given the Sinai. That's the limit from Shmita.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Also, that's from Rashi beginning of Parashat Mishpatim. Ve'ila Mishpatim. So that's for sure. Yeah. That's for sure. The Chazon Ish speaks it out in our Chaim Seikuf Profet. The Chazon Ish speaks out, he says it like. For sure that also Lefi Rabbi Shmuel, many mitzvahs was given also Potem B'Sinai, as the Rebbe Yokim just mentioned, Rashi at the beginning of Behar, Rashi at the beginning of Mishpatim. Rabbi Shmuel Galtan, so these details, what we're talking about over here in the Torah, what was said in Oyel Moed, were not said in Sinai. Because if this were already said in Sinai, they were written in the Torah, Sinai. And therefore, Hefshet Nituach was stated in the Torah that where Moshe Rabbeinu got commanded, wherever was Moshe Rabbeinu Tztave, Be'oyel Moyed, Lei Moyed, right? Be'oyel Moyed. It's Muchas that this thing was not said in Sinai. As I said, the Chazon Ish says, Dafke this thing, it's gerecht. Dafke these things were not said in Sinai. No, we're not going on everything was not said in Sinai. No, Dafke this was not said in Sinai. And that's the machlokes over here. Yeah. Says the Gemara. Okay. That's Lefi Rabbi Shmuel. Let's continue the Braise. Rabbi Akiva Omer, Sai Klolois, and Sai Uprotois Nemo Besinai. Everything was given to Sinai. The mitzvahs was given Be'oifen Kloli and Be'oifen Proti. That means also these mitzvahs were written very, very general. Were not said only, they were said with all of the Pirotim. Just what they were not written. Venishnu, and they were repeated again, Boyal Moyed. And then Venishtalshu, again, Moshe Rabbeinu gave it to Klal Yisrael once again, when? Be'avos Moyed. So in the beginning, Venishnu, they were said again from HaKadosh Baruch Hu told to Moshe Rabbeinu again in Oyel Moyed. And then it was given from Moshe Rabbeinu to Klal Yisrael and Avos Moyed, right? In the beginning, in the beginning of Sefer Dvarim. בעבר הירדן, בארץ מויום, אויל, מוישה, בארץ הצעיר הזוי, סלימו, וכולי. And that's the third time. Abaya proves, Be'i sal kedaitoch. Oilo shikrivu Yisrael b'midbar oilas tomid ave. Now, what we said that Rabbi Shmuel al tasei b'nei Shammai, and the oilo shikrivu Yisrael b'midbar was oilas reiyah. Says Abaya, how do I see for this brayse that Klolo is never with Sinai, Protesh Loi never with Sinai? Where do I see it for Rabbi Shmuel that he says that the oilo the makim is oilas reiyah, not oilas tomid? Because if you can say that the oilo that were makim in the midbar is oilas tomid, and that is the oilo what Klal Yisrael were commanded to be makim l'doiros, must be that they were makim the oilo and Sinai in the midbar. They didn't do Efshet v'nituach, because the Rabbi Shmuel, as we said, when they were given the details, they were given the details only in oil moed. Oil moed is mishu kama mishkon. That means in Matan Torah they were not given yet the Sinai. Hey Sivan, they were not given yet the details. What is the details? So a classic example of the details is hefsed v'nituach, skinning and slicing of the behemoth. So they were not yet mitzuveh on the protim of what is the protim, the details of hefsed v'nituach, only on the klal of oilom. Now this can't be, because Vavosni is the Gemara miike mide the meikor eloi bo hefsed v'nituach or asri bo hefsed v'nituach. Is it possible that in the first Akrova, when you do a makim in Al Sinai, they didn't need to have the oil stomi, didn't have to have the Efshed v'nituach. But then, once the base Hamikdash of the Mishkan was built, now you have to do Efshed v'nituach. It can't be such a thing. And of us, for sure that Rabbi Shmuel had gotten that the oil we're talking about is oil asreiyah. And yes, they didn't have a mitzvah yet of Efshed v'nituach. Just what? They done it for themselves. Why? Because it's a common yochid, and it's not the same oil reiyah what they were said later on to do, because the oil here later on what they were told to do with Efshed v'nituach. When the common Tomid, you can't say that what they were making by themselves as a common yochid, because the common tzibur, you can't be making without a tzibur. So azoi. So what we were saying is azoi. The Rabbi Shmuel must be a oil asriyah. Oil asriyah, we know you also need Efshed v'nituach. No, because oil asriyah they were making midas atzmon. They were making. This is also a very nice raya. I heard one side there. That as a Dr. Rashi over here, yeah, the makim al das atzmon, and then once the makim al das atzmon, they were told the tzivui how to do it. Yes, Rashi says over here. Let's see, Rashi dimo maschil v'nishtal shu be'ar v'smoyom mipi Moshe Yisrael shene'emar be'ever hayarden be'oretz oil Moshe be'eretz hatoyim v'Yisrael kedai t'roil l'sinai tomida v'choylas hatoyim mipi agvur miike mide elovada oil esriya u'me'leihem ikribu. They were makim it by itself. What the oil esriya? Because I don't want to shaila. Shammai said that the oil of Shekrim Yisrael B'midah was oil asriyah. Now, the oil of Shvel, which regel was there exactly? It was Hey Sivan. My Rashi in the Chum says what date was it? Rashi in the Chum says it was Hey Sivan. So what shaykh oil asriyah? Elamai that the Sam want to explain that the regel is not mechayev the oil asriyah. What's mechayev the oil asriyah is the iyas pnei Hashem, and that's what he said. Vayeches v'Yisrael Elokim. That was the mechayev. And if what Rashi says over here is also very gishmak, because we say that no, that the mechayev was like it was no chiyuv. They themselves decided to bring it, and that's why they themselves voted without the shidduch, and then they added the shidduch. Okay, so we've just proved now that what that Rabbi Shmuel alt and the oil that were making in the midbar was oil asriyah. Now Abaye brought another third Tana in the list that. In the list of Tanoim was alt Nazari B'Shamai, that was Rab Lozo. Rab Lozo also alt at oilas reiyah. The vayalu oilos is oilas reiyah. Where do we see it? Rab Lozo, the Tanya, steht in the Breise, steht in the Parsha of Kom Tomid steht azoi. Oilas Tomid o asuyo behar Sinai. Rab Lozo Roimer on this pasuk, Maaseo nemu beSinai, vehi atzma lo yikova. That means only how to do it was told in Sinai, but the Kom itself was not nikrav in Har Sinai. Just what? This oil that the makim in Sinai was not oilas tomid. What was it? Oilas reiyah. Rav Akiva Omer korva makim the oilas tomid in Har Sinai. Veshuv loy posko. That's it. Hello, what are you going to ask me on it? If shuv loy posko, mani mekayem. What state over there? Hasvochim o minchoi igashtem li b'midbar. It steht over there in the pasuk is a lashon bitmiyah. It says, "Azvochim u'mincha yigashtem li b'midbar ze Arboim Shona Beis Yisrael. So what's mashma? There were no magish. There were nezufim because the Masechet there were no magish of the mincha. So what's the answer? The answer is take only Klal Yisrael. There were nezufim and the Masechet. There were no magish take. Aber Shivtoi shel Levi shel Avdu Avodah Zorah eini krivu. So that's the answer. Says Rabbi Akiva. Kol v'shuloi posko. We learned over there that they were nezufim because of Masechet and they didn't bring korbanos. That was only the ones that were nezufim, the whole of Klal Yisrael. Aber Shivt Levi because they themselves did not do the Avodah Zorah. So we see over here that Rabbi Loza also asked that the oila was the oilas riyah. Now, Abaye said also a second chelik that Beis Hillel and Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Yossi Aglili, they all hold that oila sheikrivu Yisrael b'midbar is the oilas tomit, right? Not the oilas riyah, oilas tomit. Says the Gemara. Where do we see it? Beis Hillel or the Amaron. Right, so that's the Ikamachloiches we got into. Rabbi Akiva, Honami Damon, the Braise, right? Rabbi Akiva, Koro Besinai, Oilas Riyah, Veshuv Loi Posko. We just learned now the Rabbi Akiva with Mamis this word. Rabbi Yossi Aglili, where do we find Rabbi Yossi Aglili that he says that Oilas Tomid, there was Oilas Tomid, what they were making? Says the Gemara the Tanya, we learned in the Braise. Sholoish mitzvos nitztavu Yisrael be'alo Yisrael l'regel. What the three mitzvahs, and this we spoke about in the Akdomet Masechet Chagiga, we said, Oilas Riyah, Shalmei Chagiga, Shalmei Simcha, right? And that's Riyah, Chagiga, Simcha. And if he doesn't have Star Shlomim, of a nether and a dover that he was misnad of the whole year, he brings a Shlomim from his own Shlomim, right? He should have Bosor L'Soiva, because Ein Simcha Zachag, Ela Bosor. Let's see it in Rashi, because this Rashi we mentioned already beforehand, and this Rashi is mashma that word that it's not a chiyuv to be. Rashi says, Dim Asri Simcha, Af heim shalmi simche. Im ein loy bosor shlomim shel neder un adover sheisnadev kol hashana shevim baregel, veloy ma'aser beima. So that means he doesn't have other meat. If he has other meat, beseder. He doesn't have other meat. Then maybe shlomim misheloi, oy mimois ma'aser sheni sheloi liyois loy bosor l'soiva. She'ein simcha sachag elo bosor. Lefi Rashi and the Turei Even, we spoke about it in the Akdomet our Masechet, that we medayek on this Rashi over here in the Avon base. That the chiyuv is not actually being in basar. The chiyuv is to have basar. If he has basar from somewhere else, no. Very good. The Rambam will medayek sein the Turei Even. The Rambam halt nicht das. The Rambam says no. Part of the simcha is yes, bringing the korban, even if he has different korban, even if he has already other food. Okay. Log the Gemara weiter. Yes. So we see Rabbi Yossi Aglili says, Sholosh mitzvot nitztavu. Now continue the Braise. Yes, bereiyah sheim b'shneim. We have a mile in korban reiyah that is no in Chagiga and Simcha. Yes, b'Chagiga there is a mile in korban Chagiga sheim b'shneim that is no in the korban reiyah and Simcha. And yes, there's a mile b'Simcha sheim b'shneim. There's no in reiyah and Chagiga. And then Tana explains. Yes, bereiyah sheim b'shneim. There's a mile in Korban Reiyah that there's no in Shalmei Chagiga and Shalmei Simcha. What are they? Sha'reiyah oilo kulo legavoya. Right? It's a burn offering. The ganze Sache geht der Gabe am Mizbeach. Mashein ken b'shtein. Shlomim is necha lebailim. And both of them are Shlomim. It's like Shalmei Chagiga, it's called Shalmei Simcha. Both of them are the bailim the basar. That's one mile that the Reiyah has more than Shlomim. Second mile. Yes, b'Chagiga mashein b'shtein. The Chagiga has a mile more than Reiyah and Simcha. What are they? שחגיגה יש לו לפני הדיבור, מה שהם בשתיהם. And these oilos that were makriv together with Shlomim and Har Sinai, they were no oilos reiyah. What were they? Oilas tomid. So you see that Chagiga has both. Chagiga was לפני הדיבור. Now, yes, בסיכה מה שהם בשתיהם. There's a mile in Simcha there's no in reiyah and in Chagiga. שהשמחה נוהגת באנושים ובנושים, מה שהם בשתיהם. So the Gemara reflect on what Abaye said from Rabbi Shmuel is muchach that as a Beis Shammai, that the oil of the water makir there was not the oil stomach. Find the Gemara. So that is the thing. Find the Gemara. But Rabbi Shmuel, right? We just said that Rabbi Shmuel, Abaye explained. Rabbi Shmuel says that as a Beis Shammai that the oil was not the oil stomach, it was oil sriyah. The oil of the makir and Har Sinai was oil sriyah. Find the Gemara. Rabbi Shmuel, my time a komuk mistake Beis Shammai. What's the reason that we said that Rabbi Shmuel had to say Beis Shammai that the oil sheikrivu bnei Yisrael b'midbar was the oilas reiyah? Why? Isal kedaita oil sheikrivu Yisrael b'midbar oilas tomid. Me can meet the Mikor, boy, I should need to talk. So, boy, I should need to talk. Yeah, this we just learned. Yeah, the Gemara, that's the time of the Gemara. But the most Mocha. I'm going to bring a raya. Ho Rabbi Yossi Aglili. The Omar. Rabbi Yossi Aglili says, Oilo sheikrivu Yisrael b'midbar, oila stomid ave. Right, as we just saw now in the Gemara in the Braisa, the Gemara brought the Braisa. Afal Piken, we see that he says that the oila stomid, right? Meikore lo yiboyesh shedilituach. Ulo basoi yiboyesh shedilituach. And the Gemara brings a raya from a Braisa. Where's the raya from the Braisa? So let's see the Braisa inside. The Gemara brings a Braisa. The Gemara brings a Braisa. Raya, what we mamish are learning, the Gemara brings a Braisa. Let's see the Braisa. Netanya. Rabbi Yossi Aglili Oimer, Oilo sheikrivu Yisrael b'midbar, eino teuno efshet v'nituach. Lefi she'ein efshet v'nituach elo me'oil moed ve'ilach. And the reason is because in Sinai was said only the klolos, only the general meaning, the kloli, and not the details, not the protois. For example, what's a protois? Efshet v'nituach. And that's the reason there was no oila Sinai, there was no efshet v'nituach. So what do we see over here? Yes, that you prove that Rabbi Shmuel out that is like Bisham and it's oil asrei because it can't be that it changed. We see that Rabbi Yossi Aglili says before that it did change. So because the style of the Gemara retracts from what we said that Rabbi Shmuel out azay b'shamai, says the Gemara take from this list ver out azay b'shamai, ver out azay b'silel, sami mikan Rabbi Shmuel. Yes, you have to erase Rabbi Shmuel from this list. Why? Because it could be that Rabbi Yossi Aglili. So Mele, you take out of the list of the ones that hold like Bisham, you take out Rabbi Shmuel. Says the Gemara, Boy Rav Chizda, Haikro Eicheksi. This pasuk, what we just spoke about, this pasuk, what we learned, which pasuk? Vayishlach es nare b'nei Yisrael, vayalu oilois, vayisbechu zvochim shlomim la'Hashem porem. Heicheksi. How? What Heicheksi? That means how we explain it. Why? Because let's be medak in the pasuk. What's the Vayishlach es nare b'nei Yisrael, vayalu oilois, vayisbechu zvochim shlomim la'Hashem porim. What's the porim? The porim at the end of the pasuk, on what it goes? On the whole pasuk? Or better, it's two different psukim. And the Gemara explains. We can explain it this way. Vayishlach es nare b'nei Yisrael vayalu oilois. And these oilois were kavasim. Not from the porim, what we mentioned in the end of the pasuk. Vayishlach es nare b'nei Yisrael vayalu oilois. What are the oilois? Kavasim. Second way we can learn that pasuk is differently. Vayizbechu zvochim shloi la'Hashem porim. That's the second part of the pasuk. Oy deal, man. The porim at the end of the pasuk goes in the whole pasuk. Yeah, and that's the pshat. That means both of them were the makiv the zvochim shlomim and the makiv the oilois. Both of them were from porim. I mean, why we have to know what they were makiv? Masha oyo oyo. Yeah, that's what Tosis says. It's not a history book. Says the Gemara Malzut Omar. The Pesuk time we have nafkamina. Legabe the time amiko how to read it. The Gidder. Because if the pasuk is two different parts, you have to put the snachto, right, or zokif cotton after, right, by the word oilos, right? Because these tamim of a snachto, zokif cotton is stops, it's mafsik. So if it's two inyonim, we have to say vayishlach nare b'nei Yisrael vayalu oilos, kvasim, and then vayizbechu zvochim shlomim la'Hashem porim. If it's two different inyonim, that the oilos they were makiv kvasim, and the shlomim they were makiv porim. Or if we say that both the porim go on everything, so we have to say different time. We have to say a pashto after oilos or revia after oilos, right? There are times that don't stop. It's one hemshech because the porim goes on everything. The side of the oilos, side of the everything was this. Ravache berei the Rove Omar. What is the meaning of nafkamina? Nafkamina will be leoimer arei olai oilo ke oilo shekiv Yisrael b'midbar. You're right. Today madav it's not nafkamina to know what happened there. But if someone says, I'm making a neder to bring the same oilo, like the oilo sheikh is over midbar, what do he have to bring? Does he have to bring porimavu or ikvasimavu? Because he says, I want to bring like the oilos. Now, the shlomim definitely was porim. But the oilos, we have a suffix. How do we read the word porim? The word porim at the end of the pasuk. The porim goes on the whole pasuk. Side of the oilos or the omakim. Side of the shlomim, the omakim. Or the oilos go, or the porim go only on the second half of the pasuk on the shlomim. So if someone says, what does he have to bring? Because he says oilos. Oilos he has to be porim. And for the Gemara, Teiku. Tishbi etaretz, Kushiyos veiboyos. Okay, so we're gonna stop over here. Mamish the last shura and the last thing in the almond. Yeah. Okay, that's so mamish betzaytens. Very good. We learned of it. Yeah. Any questions before?
We just saw something which I'm sure we've asked 100 times, but I still. Well, what about with the women? We said that the women need to come. They need to come up and do things. Do things. But surely, we've got mitzvahs. Masechet has no groma. So why are they higher?
Because we learn from Hakel. It's Hakel is in the force and the Torah.
Well, even though it's
It's a force and the Torah, right? Hakel is you're right. Hakel is a mitzvah Masechet has man groma. And it says a force in the Torah that they are mechuyev, yeah.
So that's the reason. Okay.
On the Tosfos which we learned before, Chagiga sheyochel ispashet.
Yeah.
Chagiga sheyochel ispashet. So the first part of the Tosfos is very straightforward. The Tosfos says that it's only something which is likely to be mechuyev later on. Then is a chiyuv of the father. Even now, he's not in a matzav of his chagiga. He has to teach him when it comes to it what he should be doing. That's normal chinuch. But the oil dilma is a bit more difficult. The oil dilma, how did the Rav learn pshat? Because then also the pshat. I don't want to say my own svori, but I want to know what the Rav svori is. Yeah, oil dilma given the godel beochel mechayev and kotten oil. If it's with the chiyuv of the father. What's that? How could you say the oil dilma? If the father, what do I care if the cotton right now, if the god is such a matzah?
The most eigedomme, yeah, the most eigedomme. Ile me beginnen zijn nog eens passet. So the als je godel poto cotton we boy, yeah. We terug we beginnen zeggen eens passet, yeah.
So the first part is straightforward. You say. That son of his will, when he comes in Godel, he will be able to do the mitzvah. Memele is automatically the chiyuv of the father to bring him up to the standard that when he comes to it, he'll know how to do it. That's normal chinuch. That's what we understand chinuch. Yeah. Chinuch is for later on. That's straightforward. So but the Tosfos says oy dilme. Oy dilme.
There's a big mahalach over here that b'derech they learn the sugya, they learn the yeshiva, they don't learn the sugya yeshiva, but b'derech when they learn the sugya, they learn the mahalach of the Chazon Ish and Kuf Choftes. But it's a long mahalach, so I'm going to go through the mahalach about. But let's say
the oil dilma says Tosfos no, because the matzav of a godel such a matzav is not mechuyev. The cotton is in such a matzav will also do not to mechanechim because the godel is not mechuyev. So what is exactly? It's a lot of svoras. What do they say? What is the svor in the oil dilma? Is it be'etzem the chinuch? The pshat in chinuch is under pshat. Chinuch is not just because of the godel. Because the godel like I'm mechuyev that you should make the mitzvahs now because it has to be later. Is that then the Tosfos and the way they stand Tosfos, or the pshat is just another svor. Right now he's in a matzav which not chayv. Don't have to make chinuch. Well, what's the oil dilma? What's the oil dilma? How do we explain? Can do it a few ways. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think about what's svara?
The Tosfos is mashma that very very simple approach. I have to mechanech a child only in if he was a godly he would be mechuyev now. Without thinking of I'm teaching him for future. He has to make it like a Maisa mitzvah. He has to make a Maisa mitzvah with a godly this, but now it's not like Maisa mitzvah. It's some Maisa kof. Yeah.
Interesting what you're saying because it's a ganze niden the hoinim and I'm doing chinuch for cotton. Let's say I have to buy him chinuch. I'm buying him tzitzis, so I'm buying him a lulav. Yeah. Let's say I'm buying him a lulav. Can I give a apostle a lulav? Why to pay a lulav today is expensive? I know I can buy him should I buy him a huda a lulav of 50 pounds? I'll buy him the cheapest one at 5 pounds.
Yeah. So the chinuch.
The fee what you're saying now, no, I should buy him the
That's how I deal with it. That's how I deal with it. The other one could be without. Yeah.
The
first part you give him a apostle. The oil deal you have to give him a good one.
Yeah. But let's go. You're right. Let's go a little bit explain the ganze Inyan lefi the Chazon Ish. We learned in the Mishnah, so let's go outside. We learned in the Mishnah that kol mi she'eino yochel la'alois beraglo, right? He's potter min harayeh. Bichlal, this part two of mi she'eino yochel la'alois beraglo is mi she'eino yochel la'alois, even why rechive on the shoulder of someone else. And that's the reason Chagiga is potter. Chagiga is also could lean over someone and come up. So it's potter. The same thing. Eino yochel la'alois beraglo. Let's say there's a person who could go up aliyah regel, but he has to hold someone's hand. He's going to be chayav? No, he's going to be potter. And that's the reason of a ptur of a sume. A sume.
Also, if you go Bekabayim is also, you can get there.
Yeah.
Kabayim, you can get there. It's not a problem of getting there. Question of my
I'm not talking about cotton. I'm not talking about cotton yet. Yeah. Stam. What the Mishnah says that the ptur of re'iyah is. We learned in the Mishnah, Kom Mishnah Yochel La'alois Beraglo, we spot him in Ariyah. And Bechlal, this spot was Yochel La'alois Beraglo, only on Yedei Rechive, or only on Yedei Achiza, he's still going to be potter. Oh, now let's go to a cotton. A cotton that's a matter of Eino Yochel Lilko V'Akteifa Shalovim, so Lefi Bei Shammai, or Eino Yochel Lechlis B'Yodei Shalovim, Lefi Bei Silel, the father does not need to be Mechanechem in the mitzvah of Re'iyah. And the reason is, because he is under the same category of Misheino Yochel La'alois. What we learn in the Mishnah, that the ptur for mitzvahs re'iyah is not because he's a cotton, he's not a baradas, he's not ein boideyo. Just what erot andere ptur. When he's Eino Yochel La'alois, and that's the reason I don't have to mechanechem. Because even if you're going to remove this ptur when he gets older, now I don't have to mechanechem. Aber, mikol mokom, we have to say that when we said kol sheyochel lilko v'akteifa shalovim lefi Bei Shammai or yochel lechos b'yodei shalovim lefi Bei Silel, then he needs chinuch. Even though that if he would be a god, he would potter. Because if I would be a god and I could only walk by leaning on someone's shoulder, or only by holding someone's hand, I would be potter. Now he's going to be chayav itam chinuch, and the reason is because legabe cotton is darkoi bekach. That's a derech hiluch. Walking on someone's shoulder, on the father's shoulder, walking with holding the father's hand. So that's a hiluch gomu azoi be'agodl, and that is considered yochel la'alois. Now, the suffix of achizda is, if let's be adding a different reason that is going that you can't go up beraglo or to be roichev akteiv of shalom. Is it going to be chayiv or not? What's the svara? The svara to be chayiv is, even though that he's a cotton and he has a ptur, right? Chutz in the katnus. Let's forget about the katnus a second. He has a separate ptur, chutz in the katnus, because Chagiga, and he can't go up beraglo, and the Chagiga doesn't help over here. He could be roichev akteiv of shel acher, but he has a ptur, so there's no din of chinuch. Or better, I could say a different story. I could say as well, because legabe cotton, the hiluch al kteiv of shalovim, or the hiluch be'oiches yodei shalovim, is a derech hiluch. So the same like you're machshivim for this reason, like Misha Yochel La'alois Beraglo, right? We are machshiv this cotton because this cotton could be roichev kteiv of shalovim, or it could be oiches be'yodei shalovim. We are now considering this is a Yochel La'alois. So even the MS, he's not me'alech beraglo. Why? Because he's small. But let's be machshivim kebisha yochel la'alois beraglo, even though he's a Chagiga. But a Chagiga that is oiches b'yad ovi, or a Chagiga that's a kteiv shel ovi, could be oiler. So maybe let's be mechayim. Lefi Bei Silel, there's no suffix of it, because the Chagiga is going to him that he needs to be roichev al kteiv shel ovi. So lefi Bei Silel, even by a cotton, the hiluch is not a Chagiga. But the ptur is going to be, like we said, legabe. So man, as I talk the Chazon Ish to explain the suffix in the Gemara. Now, the feed of Pshat of the Chazon Ish, we must say the suffix of the Gemara is a cotton she'eino yochel la'alois beraglo, is mamish eino yochel la'alois beraglo because he's mamish so small that he's so small. Because if it's talking about a cotton that he could walk already beraglo, why should it be chayav when he's a Chagiga b'chinuch? The hiluch of a cotton in this years when he could walk already, it's mamish like a hiluch of a gadol. Only because the Chagirus he can't go. So for sure he's going to be potter. The father's not to be chayav him. Also, it says the Chazon Ish, the Malach of the Gemara. It's a beautiful svara, because the cotton Because b'derech klal a godel, we're not mechayev him lirkav al kteifo shel chaveiro ve'elalis, right? We're not mechayev. Someone who can't walk only al yedei lirkav al kteifo shel someone else, he's potur. Now this godel we are mechayev him. Why? Because we say this is his aliches, zoi halichosoi. That's the way he walks. So once we say zoi halichosoi, maybe also a Chagiga is going to have to go now. I think the Chazon Ish, the Malach, the Stopek of the Gemara. Okay. There's a. We learned in the Mishnah, we learned in the Gemara in the beginning of Vavamad Beis, Oilas Tomid. So Rabbi Akiva says, Korovo, the Makri for Oilas Tomid, and Reshuv Loi Poskot. It didn't stop. So the Choinim Bing, remes to this, that what we learned the Gemara in Brochus. The Gemara in Brochus, a few of the base, the Gemara learns, Hamareach Talmid Chochem Besrich Beisai, Kemakriv Temidim. It's Makriv Temidim. So I think the Sasem brings that Lefi the Chidot in Pesach Einayim, and tiny stuff of Gemara base, it brings over them B'Shem Rabbeinu Ephraim Mala Toises. On the Pasuk says, Korboni Lachmi Leishai. Says over there, the Rabbeinu Ephraim, Amechalek lechem le'anim keilu ikrim kol hakorbonos. Right, that's the pshat of the pasuk. It's korboni lachmi. That means the lechem, right? Korboni lachmi. What the person gives to the anim, that leishi, that means right leish. It's often h. That with the anim are called ishi, and that lefi them. He says that's the Gemara Brochus. The pshat is the gabi. Someone is me'areach tamid chachamim is kemakriv temidim. And that is the tutamidim. Why it's called tutamidim, as we said, that's the kiyum oilam. So you made the oilas tomid. Once it started, kevan shekova shuv lo nifsak. Because the tomid that is the kiyum oilam, you can't stop. Once you are makiv the tomid, you can't stop doing makiv the tomid. Because if you stop it, it's not called the tomid anymore. Because tomid is always, tomid. As we spoke about tomid, Fine. Any other questions?
Enjoy where you are.
Right, I go to Shekoyach.
Enjoy where you are. Well deserved holiday.
I'm doing the maximum.
Well deserved break.
Have a nice
It's good,
day.
it's good.
Thank you.